Was doing double duty today, first for the Asda women's event, then the men's race. There it is, 136 kilometres, heading south from Otley with a couple of early climbs at Harewood Bank and East Rigton, and a third at Conisbrough Castle before the route detoured out into Nottinghamshire to pass the Tom Simpson Memorial in Harworth and Burcoats and circle back to the finish in Doncaster. The entire population of Otley seemed to have turned out to see the town's world champion Lizzie Armitstead at the head of the rollout, riding not in the colours of her trade team Bowles Dolman, but leading a Great Britain lineup that also included Emma Pooley, just out of retirement and aiming to make the Olympic team for Rio. But not long after the rollout, in fact before the flag had dropped to mark the start of racing, the plane carrying the equipment that relays the live signal of the race to us so that we can bring it to you, developed technical problems, had to land and just couldn't be fixed in time. It was a huge shame for what all of us have been looking forward to as the highlight of the whole 3 days in Yorkshire this year. So we didn't see Lizzie Armitstead on the attack in a break of 3, neither did we see her caught on the flat run into Doncaster. By the time the race came within range of the finish line cameras, it was all together.
All lined up then for the big bunch sprint on the run-in into Doncaster, looking for the white jersey of the big favourite, Kirsten Wild. And there she is, the high-tech rider in the company of a rider from Ali Cipollini. That's Marta Bastianelli, and Bastianelli leads out Wild, and Wild comes off the wheel now of Bastianelli. Lucy Garner is closing all the time. In the black jersey, is Garner going to be able to get up to Wild? No, Wild hangs on for another trademark, big, powerful win from the Dutch sprinter. The pre-race favourites justifying that position and doing what she does best, and that is exactly Rochelle Gilmore, what everybody else in this race feared would happen if they weren't able to drop Kirsten Wild before we got to the finish line.
Well, that's right. We knew that Peloton had to drop her early in the race, but she's made it to the finish. You see Kirsten Wild slips onto the wheel of the Ali Cipollini rider. She comes off on the right-hand side, and Lucy Garner, she hesitates a bit there. She looks to go left, but she goes right on the wheel, and she's closing a little bit, but not many people can come over the wheel of Kirsten Wild. Very, very powerful. Lucy Garner second, and I think that was Floortje Mackay in the green helmet that finished off third place for Liv Planteur. You see the power of Kirsten Wild here as she comes off the wheel.
Mackay, sorry, Rochelle just dodging over to take that position in the middle of the road, but look how fast Alice Barnes in the Great Britain team there in the white jersey is closing, almost getting on terms with Lucy Garner herself, but when Kirsten Wild gets to the front, it's very hard to get around her.
Well, she's one of the most powerful sprinters in the world. She's probably won more bike races in sprints than anyone else in the recent 3 years. We knew that if it wasn't Lizzie Armitstead by a breakaway today, that it was likely to be Kirsten Wild in a sprint. How do you beat her in a sprint? You hope she goes early into a headwind, but she had her timing right. She left it to about 150 metres.
Well, Wild wins, but she had to do it the hard way.
She did, but she did do it. There is the result. Kirsten Wild from Lucy Garner, then Floortje Mackay, Alice Barnes in fourth place, Marta Bastianelli, Anna Trevisi, Jennifer George, Nicola Juniper, Nicole Maurig and Evie Richards. So 5 British riders in the top 10. And there is the richest podium in women's cycling, Wild, Garner and Mackay. €19,087 for Kirsten Wild for the win, around £15,000. €12,725 for Lucy Garner in second, and €6,632 for Floortje Mackay.